Okay guys, so real talk. How many of you are really scared of putting your money in anything that you can't see, that you can't really control, and that has a lot of nuances to it, and that might seem really complicated? Because I know I was when I began this journey, and I'm still learning. So one of those things is the stock market, obviously, and one of the most important things to know about the stock market is, yes, it can be complicated, it can be scary, it can be all of those things, but as young people, if we don't take control of our finances and learn to invest in the stock market, we run the risk of living our whole lives just working paycheck to paycheck or relying on a wage up until we get old and then wonder, hey, where's all our money? Like, we worked our whole life, where's it gone? So the stock market is a wonderful tool to help you control your finances. And yes, it is really long term. It is often a long-term goal unless you're doing trading, which I could cover a little bit later. But for now, I'm just gonna do the basics, okay? So what is a stock? Like, what is the stock market? The stock market is basically a place where people can put their money, their funds, either tax-free or, you know, as they say, like in a Roth IRA, you know how you take your taxes out before your money gets put in so that later when you withdraw your contributions, it can be tax-free. Or it's taxed, like in a regular brokerage account, or it's taxed when you withdraw it, like in a regular traditional 401k and a regular, I guess, Roth. And in a Roth 401k, it's kind of like a mix between the two. So we're going to be covering the retirement account types and what the stock market is. For stocks, I think it is really important to know that it is a piece of a business. It's a piece in ownership in a company, and when you put your money into a stock, it's kind of like you're owning a tiny bit of that company. So it's kind of cool. If you put one share into Coca-Cola, then that means that you own a tiny fraction of Coca-Cola. And with that comes responsibilities in terms of monitoring your accounts, monitoring the company, and making sure that it's doing what you want it to do. But it's also, in many cases, in trading or in different types of stock market picking, it can be a different type of thing. So you can use it as like leverage, you can use it for options. There are a lot of different ways to use stocks in the stock market. So I know I'm going to be covering this a little bit more in a later episode, but for now just know that stocks are part of an ownership of a company, and you can either invest them individually in stocks, so you can pick stocks from a brokerage account directly and have full control over which companies you're investing in, or like a lot of people do, they'll passively pick like funds. So, you know, when you go into a 401k, and most employers don't let you pick individual stocks, they'll say, here, choose one of these mutual funds. So a mutual fund is a collection of a bunch of stocks, and they're usually almost always big companies. When you invest your money into a mutual fund, you're taking whatever money that you put into it and dispersing it among a bunch of different companies. And this can be as few as like 2 to 3 to as many as hundreds. Like the S&P 500, for example, it follows 500 of the biggest US stocks. We got the Wilshire Index, which basically is just a tracker for all of them, which I think is 5,000. And then we've got the other stuff like the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones Industrial Average. All of those are following multiple stocks at once. So I hope that kind of helped. This is kind of considered lesson 1, and I'm probably going to be just talking off the cuff. This is going to be really casual. This is like you and me just talking, getting to know each other. And I'd like to hear in the comments if you have any more questions. I'm definitely going to be going more into depth of all of this as I continue. I'm going to be talking more about stocks versus bonds. Again, I'm going to be going more into retirement. I'm going to be going into all that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to you know, shoot me a question in the comments or message me. That's cool with me. For now, I'm just gonna be chilling on here on YouTube and giving you guys more information so that you can make informed decisions about the market and you don't have to be so scared of it, because I know it's pretty intimidating. Alright, bye guys!